died, Jane.
What do you mean?
We
You thought
live.
he threw the shroom at you?
No, I thought he like just went up
Alright.
because you know he didn't know how to play the game, but you just put down the shrooms, right? Like,
Did you say? Did you just say he put down the shrooms?
Okay, I thought you literally just walked up and.
Oh yeah,
the shrooms down.
give me the shrooms, baby.
I was about to be like, why? Watch me steal this.
Don't set it. Wow, I'm mad.
Trinamir.
We taking mid?
I live to fight
Oh
again.
God, dude.
Yo,
I don't
was
know how to
that-
engage.
He just walked up.
Jesus Christ, there.
Damn, I got-
Come on, guys, we gotta play objective.
I just got nay-nayed, bro.
Oh, yeah. How did they know?
Oh, nice, level up.
What is he?
The secret was that they didn't.
Okay.
You know, whenever I play FPSs and someone gets a really good kill on me, I wonder if it was a read or if it was luck. But then I watch my own gameplay and realize it's mostly just luck. Sometimes I turn around and there's just an enemy there.
It's hard to like make a read in FPSs, like for the most part. It's gotta be like really slow paced for you to do a read like that.
But like, what I'm talking about is sometimes I'll just throw a grenade in the air and I kill somebody. I'm like, oh, hard read.
That's not even a read, dude.
Very lucky guess.
It's not even a read, that's just luck.
That range on there, oh my god. This guy's wag.
This guy's swag?
It's wag.
This guy's got swag?
Well,
Whoa.
oh, oh.
I'm gonna go back bot.
Wait, you're a bot? You're botting?
Yes.
Botting? Why are you botting? That's not cool.
Because,
Yeah, you better have an answer to me.
Wait, what?
What? Hey, I'm recording.
What'd I say? Say
It's
it.
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Nicaragua.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Bro, why are you stealing my country?
Why are you stealing my identity?
Yeah, why are you stealing my country?
I am more than just a person. I am my country.
Bro, I am America.
This is America. Okay,
I remember when that came out, everyone made us watch it in English.
Okay, buddy.
What? I'm serious.
Wait, which English?
Is there another-
Wait,
is there
Like
another-
junior year English.
I thought
the Marcial?
No, no, no. It was before that.
Oh, okay.
This was like when it released at the end of junior year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Woo!
Did you win?
Oh, I hit one. Let's go. I don't have mana. No mana. An ally has been slain.
Aaron, do you usually play
mother.
music when you play games?
What's up?
Do you play music when you play games?
Yeah, I do.
Because I usually, like, I'll be honest, most of my videos have the same lo-fi mix playing in them. Like, I just constantly have lo-fi playing on everything. And bada boom.
Byron's been muted this whole time.
Yeah, he's doing something.
Doing what?
His mom was like yelling at his brother, so I think something's happening.
You can't just kill the cat like that.
Do you have?
So you have Corona?
Go, go, go! By the way, what kind of sucks? Like, I'll be honest. 2020 as a year has been bad, and not just for everyone in general, but like specifically for my family. Some bad shit has happened. Like, someone got literally brain cancer,
Shot?
and it just sucks. This year sucks.
What's up then?
Oh.
Corona.
Oh shit. What's up?
Like, I understand, like, the coronavirus sucks and all, but you also have to remember there's economic repercussions for the quarantine. And a lot of people give shit to the government for how they're treating this, but, like, it's both ways are bad. If we let everyone go to work, there's virus spreads, but if we don't, literally the entire economy will collapse. So, in general, we live in a really bad situation.
This is why you have relief programs.
I'm so happy we didn't graduate college right before this happened. Cause my brother's in that location. He's like, oh, you can't get a job. This sucks.
I can't get my driver's license now.
Yeah, I have to take the written test again because, well, Corona happened. In general, though,
This guy's about to get jumped, dude.
yeah. Remember how I passed the written test with like no diff, like by a complete accident?
Ah, shit.
Now
Good.
I'm kind of worried about having to take the written test again because I did it by luck last time, and I don't like relying on luck for stuff.
Then just study.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I know a decent amount due to actually having driven now, so maybe that'll help. Like,
Whoa.
I'm not trying to brag, but like I can drive from my house to Solano and back without issue. So like I know like what's the symbols mean, how to do intersections. It's in general I know a lot more than when I just did the written
You know how
test.
to do a 3-point turn.
Oh, you guys need help?
I actually do know how to do a 3-point turn.
Turn the mirror, turn the
Okay,
mirror.
I'm just joking around. Alright.
Like that's how I park because I can't.
Hey, I mean that's a positive, like with the quarantine, I guess, because like it means now like
Bro, why are you popping
oh,
off
there's a
so
lot of roads that are empty.
Jesus
based on
Christ.
the practices.
I kind of
Like my dad just takes me like wherever we can.
Sorry,
go.
me and Nasus were just pushing top, but
Like
I
whenever we
can
want, like I want to learn how to drive.
It's funny how me and Diego are having like we're all in the same call, but me and Diego are having a
Actually,
completely
kill two of them
separate
now.
conversation.
Yeah, I wish I could watch them play League, dude. Like games.
Aaron, can't you stream?
Sure.
You can go live on Discord, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I think he just did. Thanks, Corey.
Better not be like 2 FPS.
Mine was 5 FPS, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what everyone kept saying. It was like 5 FPS.
Okay, let me try right now. Tell me if it changes. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna up the frame rate to 60 FPS, 720p. Let's see if my computer can handle recording and streaming.
Alright, you go for it, man.
Just tell me if anything
Like,
changes, Diego.
die.
Art is an explosion.
Art is real.
Art is an explosion.
Of creativity.
Ooh, oh, I think the Discord stream's causing my computer to have a bit of input lag. This kind of feels like ass.
Okay,
Is my stream good?
look.
going pretty well.
What did they last team?
That's decent. But it's like a
Oh,
bit
shit.
laggy, but like it's not like 5 FPS like last time.
Okay, good. Here, let me what's this? I'm gonna lower the quality and keep the frame rate the same though, because that will probably use up on my computer.
Did you improve the quality?
I decreased the quality, but kept the frame rate. I mean, it's not like,
It's
Oh, that's his ult.
kind of the same.
well, for my computer, it's probably less stress, is what the intent is.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much the same. I guess it's like 30 frames a second.
It's actually running at 60, but I guess because I'm recording, the computer is just like stopped.
Oh, the stream looks like it's at 30.
Oh, that's weird. Well, that'll be fine.
I guess it's just like kind of you just boost something up. Alright, I'm gonna switch to Aaron's stream now. You can like stop streaming if you want.
Okay.
Shoot.
Let me
dude, I
just-
could've killed the team.
Alright, saving
Oh,
system
my bad.
resources. Here we go. Activating counter UAV. Enemies appearing at sea.
What's that black hole? Oh, there's the black hole
That
there.
black hole is called Gotcha
That's
Game.
probably Graves' ability.
No, for you it's called Girls Frontline. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Like I'm gonna be like as much as I keep talking about Ghost Frontline, I think it's because if you wanted to play like a mobile gacha game, I think it's the most fair, at least to the player. So like I know a lot of people can play the bad gacha games that are super predatory, and it's usually why I recommend Ghost Frontline.
Freaking Anthony.
Cause
I
like
could get this to Felios.
Diego, I just don't want to recommend a predatory game to someone in general.
Sure. Where'd you go?
Thank God. mean, like, I'm not. What is happening? Okay, never mind, sorry. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. I don't like play.
Oh, shit.
And I don't trust me, dude. I don't spend any money on like free-to-play games, gacha games. Like,
Yeah, like
No, I missed.
I've of course spent a few $100s on Girls Frontline. It's like the reason. Yeah, I understand that. The reason I spend money on Ghost Frontline and not Faye is because I like the developers of Ghost Frontline a lot. Like, they're pretty cool people. And outside of that, like, in terms of... I don't like games where they push you to buy the summoning material, right?
That's his ult.
And Ghost Frontline, you can't even do that. It's just cosmetics, and I'm really cool with their monetization on that game. So, I'm cool with just buying stuff from them.
Oh, Graves is down. Oh god, dude. Who's our engage?
This Graves is trash.
Honestly,
I mean, so I
dude.
can't. I mean, like, I would. I mean, like, if I could spend money on games, I guess on games, like, I would, but like, I can't.
Yeah, the only game I buy microtransactions in is pretty much Ghost Frontline. That's it.
Bro,
Even
like they gave out 50% coupons on your next plat purchase in Warframe. If I had one of those and I was able to buy stuff, I would have bought plat already.
ooh, I see you.
But I can't. So like, I'm stuck just trading plat.
Oh boy.
Estimates
Jesus
sad
Christ, I'm just gonna run.
sad
I don't know
boy
about
hour.
you, though. Even if I could spend, I probably wouldn't spend anything on gotchas if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the free to play life for me.
like
fellas.
when I spend money on Ghost Frontline, it isn't usually to pull for stuff. It's just
Ah, dude, I get
cosmetics,
my
like I
W
said.
off.
So, although the thing is,
Got
I
a
only
team on-
spend
Oh, you got a
money.
double kill. Good job.
Oh, Diego, I want you to guess how much money or how much real world money equivalent I have of in-game currency in Ghost Frontline right now.
1,000.
Oh my.
Close, 670.
Okay, I went. Oh, wait, I can't wait.
And I actually didn't buy any of it. I've been saving for over a year.
Oh, did they give it out for free?
Yeah, I've been saving for over a year, and it's because I'm saving for the 3rd anniversary event, and then I'm just gonna because the 3rd anniversary skins go super hard, so I'm just waiting for that.
Are you one of those like guys who like stocks up all of their currency, but they don't ever like?
Spend it? No, dude. 3rd anniversary. 3rd anniversary is actually one of my favorite like banners of like skins. They look so nice, so I'm just gonna go buy them. I'm probably gonna record it. I mean, it's gonna be in a month, so.
Mhm.
I can hear you. Where are you? Are you the one with the green bar?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you guys are playing together? Nice. How is it?
No, I'm watching.
Miles.
I'm on Warframe because like league games take like a while, dude.
Yeah.
Do they take as long as a 30 round CS game?
No, I don't even think they take that much too long. Wait, how long do those games typically go for?
CS they can go up to like an hour in like 20 minutes.
Hour? I don't know. The most I keep hearing from League is like I keep hearing that they can go up to like no. Generally, they just usually last for 30 minutes. Probably not.
I see. But like, cause it's not a round based system, right? You just have to
No,
destroy the
it's
thing
not.
first.
It's like
It's all in one round.
yeah, it's like real time.
I'm
Did
trying,
you
man.
kill someone?
Yeah.
Oh, you better
I don't
run
think you
free.
should be asking that question, to be honest. Did you kill him?
I think I could kill him. Wait.
No, no,
I think
I meant
could
like
kill him,
that's in general. That's just like, without context, that question is really sus.
Murder that pig.
Bro, I'm about to watch this triple.
Like,
Watch
did
this
you
triple.
kill him? Yeah, bro. I set him on fire.
Yeah, bro, I killed him.
Like, I set him on fire, dude. I used burn on him. Ignite. Like, oh, is he dead? Dude, I shot him in the head.
I set him on fire.
Dude, I tore his legs off.
He's a.
Whoa.
Let that super villain loose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, quit and let that super villain loose. Let him loose.
I like how even most supervillains aren't even like that psycho. They're just evil people.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Cause like I heard it was like a person who like creates villains, and he mentioned it's hard to create like a villain can't just be complete like despicable. if they are, they're only like available for a one shot. But if you want to keep reusing a character, you need to keep making plot lines with them. And like that's the interesting thing about me writing the the Solus story is that they're all pretty much one shots, but they're all one shots of like a greater series. Like I got inspiration from JoJo in that in like Diego, you know how like Solus 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
Each Solus is another cast, except the main character is always me.
Always you.
Yep, and that's a plot point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, BBO start like that. The whole story started off as like a dream with me and my friends, and I decided to write it, and then now it's an actual book.
made it like something like serious.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Buddy, you're not taking my air crate. Get out of here.
Perfection.
I don't know. Help.
Oh, you're back. Wow, welcome back.
Enemies around us. Go, go, go.
I'm not playing League because like I went to take a shower and like as soon as I came back,
Aaron was like, we just started a game.
yeah, we just started.
Yeah.
I thought you said you were going to wait for him.
They've been playing for like 20 minutes now, I think.
Oh. Oh, get buddy to
Oh,
Artard.
no, when I joined, you were already gone. So
What did I just say? I think I said something really stupid. I think I said get buddy to Artard. I'm turning into Aaron. I'm turning into Aaron.
oh, you're about to snipe him.
Ah, I did deserve a song.
Okay, beside you.
What's up, man? I love that, dude. Oh, frick, I'm not.
I'm getting items.
What were you doing?
Save that. Boy.
Come here, boy.
I'm trying to play a game of Rust or Shipment.
Oh, you got guarding angel.
I'm gonna sell thorns in the building.
If you want Storm Reaper. Or Essence Reaper.
Alright. I'm gonna go back now. Let me just see how much actually.
The Xenoblade.
Okay.
Oh, Byron. Oh, that was you, Byron. I thought there was like a really quiet YouTube video going on in the background. It sounded like ASMR. Oh, hey, do you want me to... Now that I'm talking to Byron, do you want me to give him like weight loss tips now?
I mean, like.
What are you trying to say, huh?
Okay, no, like, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but Aaron said you turned into a donut.
Yes.
Whoa, what? Bro, you're Homer Simpson now?
Is it true that you turned into a donut, Byron?
I don't think there's any
I
difference.
feel like he stayed the same.
Yeah, I feel like there's no difference between me and.
Oh, because Aaron said you gained like 20 pounds.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
He's not chunky, bro.
I feel like he's always been chunky.
Yeah.
Well, just hit me up if you ever need to lose weight.
James has been like
You
on
there?
that weight loss.
Yeah, I lost 36 pounds already.
Oh, my bad.
I went under 4 pounds first week of exercising, so I'm like at 190 again. So
I have a weight.
Yeah, I went from 193 to 157.
I might start limiting what I'm eating. Like I'm fine. I'm happy with how my body is right now, but I feel like I want to get like a little bit slimmer. Not like muscular. Just
Like after I started talking to the VTuber girls, I'm just like, well, I'm kind of a loser though. Give me a sec. Let me fix this.
I'm kind of going back to my old
Oh, Felix is pushing bot, but I'm not gonna wait.
When I hear pushing bot, I hear you're like pushing an AI, but of course you mean bottom
What
lane.
are they doing? Are they gonna get the dragon?
Yeah, it's only because like I put it
They're
Dragon's
gonna be in
not
for
up.
another minute.
so like I've been just kind of.
You maybe even dead.
Yeah.
I'll put this here.
Wait, yeah, James, tell me your tips.
Oh, okay, so number one, like, the most
Massive
important thing
success in
is,
the Twitter.
do you know how you lose weight? You, like,
No dieting.
oh no, I meant like literally the most basic form of it is burn more calories than you eat.
Burn more calories.
So
That's pretty much
I managed to lose all those pounds without exercising, and only after I lost all the weight did I start exercising.
yeah. If you
He
want to
didn't
like
get to.
lose weight,
That's pretty
you
funny.
Get that
do,
big
like a simple
That's a pick.
small taste of it.
You got a pick.
So like I'm okay. I'm not saying like starve. It's not that bad. I used to say that as a joke, but what
Just
you
gotta
really
limit-
what
you
you're
have to-
doing.
You have to like limit what you eat.
So you know how there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I only eat one of the three, and it's kind of random which one I want to eat. So I actually like measure calories roughly, and I only do like 1,600, 1,700. When it comes to home cooking, I can't really tell, so I just don't eat much. If it's home cooking, I don't bother eating much.
Oh, that's my problem. Because with home cooking, I'm trying to lay it down a lot, but that's the problem. I don't know if it's that good.
Like the most basic thing is like for example, like an easy one is my dad cooked a burger. All I did was add the buns, and the beef patty, and
Get it now.
added like an extra 100 calories for the cheese, and that was my answer. But it's harder for stuff like chicken stir fry, which uses rice noodles and then has like added sauce and everything. So typically, I really highball it, and like I'll say a bowl is like 700. Although sometimes it can be wrong, and you can tell by how hungry you get. But like in general, like when it came to losing weight, I can understand why it's hard. You like eating food. If you're hungry, you're supposed to eat. That's literally a genetic trait for all living things. But like the reason I continue doing it is because I'm just like I looked at the scale, I looked at myself in a mirror, like with a comparison photo, and I straight up looked like one of those advertisements,
Dude, we
dude.
actually got that? That's sick.
Like I had there's a photo of me from 2 years ago where I'm wearing like one of my black shirts, and it's so tight around my body. I look like Gabe Newell, dude. Like you can see the fat stacks through the shirt. It's stretching.
ADC gone.
But recently I put on the same shirt, and the shirt's loose. It's actually just completely flat now.
I'm coming.
And
Wait,
like
what?
I think when you see results when it comes to losing weight, it actually really helps you continue doing it.
I think that's because I think I got rid of all of my skinny.
Nice. One more?
So like,
Let's go, bro. GG.
Like
Wait, no,
I don't remember you too much.
dude,
Like
who
I don't
votes
remember
against
you
Aaron?
too
It's
much,
just me and
like
Graves.
Byron. But I always thought you were like a skinny dude in middle school.
definitely in middle school, I was not. I feel like.
Like in middle school, from what I remember in middle school,
feel like,
you look like you had a lot of muscle, but not fat.
Just a bit, like, you know,
Dude.
bit chunky.
Like I don't know, for some the vision of Byron in my head from middle school, he had like broad shoulders and had muscles. I don't know if that's right.
I mean,
Like I remember you wore a red jacket all the time. Maybe that made your
Donut.
silhouette look bigger.
I love my red jacket. I still wear another one.
Ooh.
Let me
Oh,
call
that
it
one.
again. You can call me
Yes.
donut all you want.
Like I'm not trying to offend you. That's Aaron calling you
Are
a
guys in
donut.
the game?
Yes, sir.
No, I know.
Honestly, I'm stick,
Honestly.
man. I mean, I'm not a stick in terms of weight, but I mean, like, in terms of strength, I'm a stick. I can't. I
Like
can't
okay,
do anything.
Aaron was doing Air Force training, and then okay, this is me in senior
Were
year.
you in there first training?
He did.
He was.
Okay, so me in senior year, I never worked out. I haven't worked out for years. I was like super
Oh, if I got
overweight.
picked, it's
I
on
could.
me.
Aaron,
it's
Aaron,
not
why don't you
here,
tell them
yeah.
how it was to arm wrestle me?
That was
Aaron
interesting,
thought I
man.
worked out.
It
That's
was
because you
scary.
got more mass.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like that. The other thing is apparently
wait.
I
Turn to
am
me.
pretty good at arm wrestling, despite the fact that arm wrestling is apparently a lot more about position, and I have a pretty good, like, natural stance when it comes to arm wrestling. So maybe that made it harder for Aaron.
You hear that, Aaron? You're weak.
Oh no, I'm dead.
He-
Oh,
his muscles are too weak to continue supporting his lungs.
I'm really bad at arm wrestling, but like I'm so strong.
pretty sure
I don't
all of
really
you guys
have-
could beat me in arm wrestling, so it's fine.
Do you think Diego could beat you? Like, I'm not trying to roast Diego. I just don't know how strong Diego is.
Shouldn't be top.
Oh, bro, I'm
Shoot,
strong.
Okay, I'll be honest. Like Diego strikes me as the person who's like surprisingly buff. Like if he takes off his shirt, he has
I'm
like a
not
12 pack.
buff, but, like, bro, I can throw a punch, dude. I have to say that.
Diego just kind of looks like a regular person.
Yeah, I just look like a regular person.
Yeah, I can throw punch, but I'm better at getting punched. Like actually, that's in my experience in like school fights. I usually get hit a lot more.
You backed off, so I'm just.
I could probably at least like hold my. I don't know how strong you are, so like I can't really like say if I beat you. But like, I'm pretty sure like at least something. Well, we're gonna be arm wrestling, and something's gonna happen. Like one of our wrists is gonna like dislocate.
Yeah,
When the whole arm fucking just gets.
the table snaps.
Shit.
I saw a video about that. It was so fun.
Okay, I arm wrestled with my brother.
Like whenever I'm
Like
arm
I arm
wrestling,
wrestled with my brother and I did it at full power. My brother was a wrestler. He's like super strong. We're talking like he can lift like 250 pounds or something with one, like not with one arm. I don't know what it was, but he was super strong back then. And he arm wrestled me, and then he said he was actually relatively impressed by how strong I was despite never working out. So I don't know. I guess I do something every day that causes my arms to get strong.
I'm just average at arm wrestling.
Maybe it's because my backpack weighs like 30 pounds. Maybe my like just constantly lifting it.
Anyways, yeah,
This dude just killed me with a sniper and then said sit. Okay, buddy, you want to pull out a sniper?
Maybe it's the way you
keeping track of the calories.
It's not like too.
Is
It's
something
not.
better I can get, or is this like the?
It's not too hard to track calories. I'll be honest. I thought it was a lot worse before I started, but all you really need to do is learn to read a list on the back of whatever you're eating.
Oh no, yeah, that's definitely what I did when I tried reading them. But I just couldn't keep track because I think I made my calorie limit too low. Because I think I capped it at like 700. I'm like, wow.
Okay, I started off at 1,400, and that's actually super bad for you. So I increased it to 1,600 to 1,700, and I felt way better despite it being a small increase. So there's definitely a sweet spot for your body, like whatever it is.
Wait, do you exercise, Byron?
Oh, there.
Okay,
free kill.
okay, after I lost all the weight, I learned how to like exercise a lot more, and I'm bad at weightlifting and everything, but running is my shit. I can run 5 miles with like not too much difficulty. Like I know Aaron was like super dead about running, like in the Air Force.
Because like I think it was like senior year out. Like,
In middle school, I could compete with the people on the track team. I was actually really good at running in middle school, and I think I'm even better now.
honestly, like thinking about track, it's kind of more about
Oh, GG.
like stamina than it is.
Oh no, I'm not like fast runner, but I can keep going for miles.
What do you do, Byron? Or do you like do like a variety?
Do you want to know what my Diego? Do you want to know my routine at least?
Strength, so it's like arms, so it's like lifting, like weightlifting, or
Oh no.
Uh,
if I were to be anything, it'd be like weightlifting.
oh, okay.
I do lift some weights, but it's only 5-pound dumbbells because I don't have a gym.
I remember in high school, do like every day I used to do 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and 100 jumping jacks every day. It's like a little routine in high school. I don't know why I stopped doing that. I guess college.
I did the thing I do.
Diego, do you want to hear my routine on it?
Does it like tell you how much you're
Yeah, pretty much. It tells me what to do, like proper exercise.
Oh, oops. How much damage did?
30 days.
Damn, Diego doesn't want to hear.
I'm just asking him. I'll get to you. I know.
I was just wondering because like for some reason I keep boosting Byron's voice, but it's not getting any louder. Like I don't know what's going on.
I can hear him fine.
Like like he's at the same percent as everyone else, but like Byron's doing ASMR or some shit. Like
You have to like kind of vary it. You have to vary it between people. 'Cause,
yeah, like
people-
originally it was lower and now it's higher, but still feels
I would
quiet.
say like.
Oh, dude, we're done by the way. if you want.
Oh, finally.
Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty much it's like everything. It does abs,
Oh, bro,
abs, my cheekers,
Poggers.
My cheekers.
arms and legs, and then full body at the end. I had to reset it though because I fucked up. Because I didn't do it. Oh, I reset it. I put it on easy. I should probably.
I was thinking of buying Ring Fit Adventure.
Oh, I want to. It sounds interesting. I like the idea.
Yeah, according to like professional trainers, Ring Fit Adventure is actually really good. It recommends the towel, the water, and like it like tracks your fitness. Sounds interesting. Just sounds like something I should start doing. Like I'm not trying to become an athlete, but I just want to get out of being a fat loser. And I got done being the fat part, but I'm still not that strong. Unless you're counting like running stamina, in which I'm really good at that.
I just want to get rid of the fat, and I'm good. I don't want to become buff or anything. I mean, it's like a plus, but I just want to be skinny.
I actually think I got rid of the majority of my fat, cause like I lost the weight, right? I went from like 193 to 160, and the majority of my weight was lost, but I still had a bit of a belly. So recently, every 2 days, I run like 5 miles nonstop for like 40 minutes, and I think that's been burning the shit out of the belly fat. Like the belly fat's just shrunk considerably after like about 2 weeks. So yeah, I think my brother recommends sit-ups and cardio will make you lose your belly.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I'm getting so used to sit-ups now. It's like. Yeah. What we do, what I do in the. It gives me a set. For the one I'm doing, it's like easy too. Which
Oh
is
god, that's loud.
Am I loud?
Can I join you or something?
I'll invite you.
Are you
Like
ranked?
to put in perspective
no,
like
you
how despite like my running stamina and weight, to put in perspective how weak I am, I can only do about like 30 so sit-ups before like my muscles start cramping.
Oh, we gotta play blind kick, huh?
I don't know what heroes I got.
It's
What characters do you have? Go to collection and then change.
I only have 3.
a set amount
Who do you have?
of sit-ups to do. I haven't really gone past like.
I have.
Yeah, like my brother recommends you should do a workout until it becomes so painful you can't really do it anymore, and then because that means you're stressing out your muscles the most. So that's I do so many push-ups to the point where I actually heard one of my elbows like make a weird noise, and then I just kind of fell down. I'm like, ow, that really sucked.
How many push-ups? I can't really do a lot.
I think I got to like 19 before my arms were shaking so badly that I heard my elbow make a noise.
Wait,
I was like,
what
that's
are your
bad.
champions that you have?
I don't. Caitlyn,
He's a jungler from the jungle.
Usually around.
But me and
Wait, what you say, Byron? It's
Anthony are
loud.
playing bot lane.
I usually take breaks like around
You can play
like
whoever.
16.
Yeah.
Wait, he can't.
I
play
see.
like-
Yeah, we gotta play blind. Shoot.
How many calories would you say I should? Which I should test out. So.
Test out what I do, 1,600, 1,700, because I'm most familiar with that.
Caitlyn, Lux.
Okay, my friend says anything below
You can get
1,600 is
below
bad for your
1,000.
body from a genetic perspective. It's really bad. You should not go below
sorry,
1,600.
this game's really loud. Let me
Alright.
It's hard to talk to you guys when there's explosions and gunfire everywhere.
Sorry, my launch is done. Okay, sorry.
Is there anything else besides
Oh, okay, Aaron, please don't yawn super loud. I'm trying to talk to Byron.
I'm sorry.
Okay, what is it, Byron? What were you asking?
Wait, what? So Lux?
Oh my god, okay, Aaron!
Lux, Yi.
Shut the fuck
Caitlyn.
up, Aaron.
Aaron, please, come on, chill.
Oh god, my game just started.
Oh, cool. Okay, what is it?
How much should I? Or is there anything else? really bad because I have been starving myself, but like it's mostly random because I just stop. I just eat a big amount and then I just stop.
Oh no, that's usually what I do. You just have to make sure, like, you need to kind of get a feel for how hungry is too hungry and how hungry is good hungry. Like good hungry meaning this is fine. You don't need to eat more. And so the way I would say it is, I once starved myself so badly that I would be like having like stomach aches for 9 hours, and I'm like, yeah, that sucked. So let's not do that. So by after I increased it, it's just sort of like during the last 3-4 hours before I sleep. There's you feel hungry, but it's not so bad that you're actually just kind of like keeling over.
Oh god, I think my problem is because of the sleep. Because this one cannot sleep. So like I don't really have a set bedtime and I end up like being hungry and then I go outside. I eat
Like,
little though. I'm like,
how'd I?
little fruit.
Yeah, how would I say this? I don't really eat outside of my schedule. It's sort of like a breakfast and a lunch. During the last 3 days, I've been messing up by eating dinner, but that's because I ended up skipping breakfast and lunch. It's essentially I eat dinner and that's it. Go to sleep, wake up, don't eat anything for like 12 hours, then eat lunch, then eat dinner. But in general, what I would have is just a limited amount of like meals per day. Do you know what intermittent fasting is? I kind of work that into my like diet. Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay, so it's essentially eating as much food, like eating your entire day's worth of food in one meal. Because instead of your body like processing the food like over time, right? It essentially receives a giant dump of calories and it burns it until the next day where you have your next meal. So like think of it as like you throwing a bunch of crayons on the floor instead of throwing one crayon on the floor every 5 minutes. I don't know if that.
That's like not eating for the whole day and then until tomorrow you eat.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
how.
how long does that go for? For like one day you don't eat, one day you eat, one day you don't eat, or how does that go?
No, you eat every day. It's just there's a long period between your next eat. So, for an example, when college was still open, I would eat two. I would eat two granola bars, and then I would eat lunch, and that would be it. I would not eat anything until I woke up the next day and ate two granola bars and ate lunch.
Oh, that's what you're doing right now then, right?
Yes, but due to the we're treating the granola bars as a survival food because of their expiration date. They last a long time. So, what I do is I kind of wake up and then wait for us to cook lunch, and then I usually eat the lunch. And based on what I was eating, I might eat a really small dinner or no dinner at all. So, like to put it this way, we cooked a pizza, but this pizza was a thin crust pizza. And so the pizza was way less calorie dense than you would think. We're talking really thin. It was about as thick as my index finger. It was pretty thin. So um, after I ate that, I ate 3/4 of the pizza. Calculated that the pizza itself as a whole was like 1,000, so I just put it at 750. And then we had rice noodles, broccoli, and some chicken. Right? I checked the rice noodles, and because it's rice, it wasn't too bad. Broccoli is, of course, not exactly heavy in calories at all. So I ended up eating 2 bowls of that, and I think that's good.
Oh, I
It,
love broccoli though.
yeah,
And I love chicken.
yeah. So like in terms of like stuff, it's not calorie heavy. Like meat is more heavy in protein. For calories, a lot of high calorie food comes from like sugar and carbs. Protein in general doesn't have too much like calories attached to it. So meat is that's why keto diet works so well.
Love
Which
meat.
keto diet is essentially just eat meat. Like you're only eating meat basically.
And I think that's good for me because like meat is, I love meat. I love chicken. I love beef.
I mean, yeah, the reason why I'm not recommending it is because the situation of the world right now, there's not a lot of meat.
Right.
So I wouldn't tell you to go on it because of course it wouldn't be very effective right now.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, in general, like I do you want to tell you when I started losing weight?
You said wasn't it around last year? Like the this
It was like January 17th. So
2019 or to this year?
this year. So it's only been about 3 months since I started, and I lost 36 pounds.
That's sick.
Yeah, it is. And like I throughout the whole time, the biggest thing is if you're hungry, you really do have to ignore it. You're hungry and you're just like, too bad.
I think I got that down a little bit because when I was quote unquote starving myself,
Hmm.
it was so bad where my stomach started hurting. I was like, oh,
Oh
I
no,
need
no,
to
I
eat.
can understand.
So
I
I
can
just sat
understand
down.
that one. That was when I was doing it incorrectly.
Yeah.
But like I see what you mean. Like my parents recommended it. I went against it due to following the intermittent fasting method. But
Yeah.
if you eat throughout the day, but as long as you track the calories of what you eat, that should be fine. But if you're following my method, you will eat all your food by 12, and you will have to literally not eat until you wake up the next day. You will have consumed all your calories by 12. And to be honest, when you eat all your food and you eat it that fast, you kind of feel sad because you can't eat anything until you fall asleep and wake up.
That's how I feel because like exactly the problem is that I don't really have a set bedtime, so I just kind of like whenever I'm hungry at night and I'm hungry. I do go out and eat, but it's usually just the fruit. I'm trying to eat more fruits like
Yeah,
bananas and
I
stuff.
can understand that. And while it's not too bad, I would still recommend against it for the whole like I saw I saw fasting and like the way I ate as like an all or nothing deal. I would actually get mad at myself if I ate food and um like I would 100% resist anything after like my meal. I would actually legitimately get angry if I was about to eat food because I would just be like this go I mean, losing 36 pounds in 3 months is significantly above average, I would say. And so like if you do what you've been doing like just eat a fruit or something if you get like hungry, you'll be losing weight, presumably, unless you're eating a lot of other food. You'll lose weight, but I think you'll do it just a little bit slower than I did. But in general, you should still be losing weight. So I took my losing weight super seriously. So I wanted to lose that weight, and I wanted to do it correctly, and I wanted to do it fast. And I went through with it, and I did do it correctly. But in your case, what's your goal? Do you have like a time limit or something?
No, it's really just been all over the place.
Just a
It's
long
actually
term
just been
project?
random. Of losing weight.
Yeah.
I have the same idea as you. I want to lose it as soon as possible, though. Like
I have a different
race.
motivation, and like since someone's in the chat, I lost all that weight because of a girl I've been talking to, and like I had a strong motivation to.
Oh, I understand that, dude.
Like
Because like
basically we okay like the context
yeah,
is we had a conversation right about marriage and everything, and then
yeah.
she was like, oh, what criteria would you marry someone for? And she was like personality, financial stability, and like not being a loser. And I was talking with her, and she's just like, you have a personality, you're studying, but you're fat and kind of a loser. And I was just like, oh, okay. How about I lose the weight and get swole? And she was like, that sounds nice. I would like to see you do that. I did. And now that we've been talking, she's just super impressed by the fact I actually did it. Because I've been 190 for like over 3 years, and I just straight dropped all of that weight. And she was just like, oh, huh, that's cool. You want to talk? I'm like, yeah, sure. And that's how your boy slid into a girl's DMs. It's
I mean, I have the same motivate, or I had the same motivation because as of recent, I did try using dating applications to try to talk to people, like to see where it went.
yeah,
That was shit because
yeah,
nobody actually talked. So like, I just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like looked at
I see that.
people, and that made me feel bad about myself. So I just started like not eating. So yeah,
Like
it's kind of
to put
similar.
it this way, I never really looked at like dating stuff like that. But there was like a VTuber girl. Do you know what the VTuber thing is?
Yeah, as in like you told us it was like about
Yeah,
the
anime
anime
avatars, right?
person. Yeah, anime
So
avatar.
yeah, I met her like that, and then she had like a messaging board thing, and then I just started talking to her, and I was watching more of her videos. We got into the conversation of like weight and everything, and I was
Mhm.
just like, okay, I'll lose it then. I'll run, I'll lose the weight, I'll eat healthier, and I was like, okay, we'll do this. And then now that I did it, she has taken a legitimate interest in talking with me. And I was just like she's legitimately impressed. Like I did something that straight up impressed her to the point where she actually just talks to me. And that just makes me feel super dope. Like just makes me feel super happy about that.
Okay, I think that's pretty sick.
Like
But also, like, it's
that's how
also
you
kind of a dick move.
uh,
I mean, not a dick move. Like, you know, it's like it's kind of mean though. It's like you're kind of a loser. Yeah, I mean, you're smart, but yeah, I understand it. I
yeah, I
personally
mean,
wouldn't.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I can understand though. Like she, as a person, she admitted that like there's girls out there who will be like, "Oh, I'll love you even if you're ugly," and she's just like, "Oh, I'm not one of those girls."
I mean, no, I mean, I am one of those people too.
I
I
one
would
thing
say
I
I'm
like that
fair.
she admitted it. That was a point. Like she's pretty honest, and I really like that about her.
True, right. I mean, I would say I'm the same way, except more subtle. It's more of like, you know, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't interact with it at all.
I would not want to see this
Because
thing
like
on my front porch.
exactly, and then like if the we talk online and then I see him in person, I'm like, okay, I'm because right now I'm trying to be more cautious because like whenever I dated online, it was
Mhm.
just like a gamble, and that gamble for me has been great so far.
Okay, like
It's been
okay, to
more
put it
of
this
like
way, even though she's a VTuber, you don't really get to see her face. I
yeah,
know her other channel where she isn't a VTuber, and
sick.
that's a woman.
She looks good.
Yeah, and
Goodness.
the other thing is like I think I look good. I'm not. I'm okay. Before I lost the weight, I knew I was chunky and I knew I was fat. But facial wise, I thought I looked cool. But like I don't know if you want me to send a photo, but I think I look nice as hell. Like right now, like I was talking with another one of my
Actually,
friends about it, and I'm just like, yeah, honestly, if I was a girl, I'd like myself. Like if I was a girl and I saw James Luna, I'd be like, ooh, okay, who's this dude?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to see it yet. I want to see it when we're in person,
Okay,
cause that shit like surprised me. Like when I saw Aaron when he was still chunky, I was like, bro,
like what
you
happened
kind
to
of
you?
like Aaron. It was after 2 years I moved, back to American Canyon.
Yeah.
After 2 years, probably this was no, it was just a year, 2018. I think it was 2018 in on Jason's birthday again. The first time I went to his birthday party.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron came there and he was pretty big, and I was like, "Holy shit, bro!" I really wanted to ask, but I didn't want to sound like a
Is
dick.
Aaron big now? Is he still big?
Um,
Because I don't think I remember
I
Aaron being skinnier.
I checked out because like when before I left, he was like really skinny.
Uh,
That's how I
because this is
envisioned
2018,
him.
right? Because I remember him from freshman year being a stick, and him from senior
Yeah,
year
yeah.
being a stick. So did he have a fat phase in
Um,
between that?
uh, yeah, I guess he did, because you don't use Instagram anymore, do you? You still have
I
your old account.
Yeah. But the reason, okay, if you want to use the reason why I don't do social media is because like I know for a fact social media is used and like deliberately designed to encourage people to think certain ways. I don't like that. So like typically I just want to like talk to a person. I don't like seeing posts from other people about their life. If I want somebody to tell me about their life, I would like them to do it in a conversation, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. I mean, it's really depends. Like, you kind of just gotta like.
Like I don't judge people for using Instagram or everything. It's just not my thing. I prefer
I
like
mean,
face-to-face talks or,
I
you
don't
know,
really
Discord talks.
use it. I mean, I don't really use it a lot. Mostly, I just use it for talking in the DMs. Looking at memes and shit like that. Mostly for finding memes.
Yeah.
But it's also why I use Amino a lot, which is childish, I guess. I don't know, but like it's there's a lot of people like me who are probably my age, and I talk to them. So that's how I got my girlfriend back in 2018, but that ended badly because
Shit,
you
she
know.
turned bald because it can't.
No, 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 no.
That's such
It's
a
because it
bad
was like
joke. I'm sorry.
no, no, it's fine. It was because it was like really toxic. It was just toxic.
I
So
see.
bad. I mean, no, it was half toxic, half amazing. Because I
Hmm.
loved when it was amazing, but when it was toxic, it was just really fucking toxic.
Yeah,
And I
to
didn't
talk
like
about how
that.
close I am with like the VTuber girl, she talked about all of her boyfriends with me. So I mean, I guess that's good.
All of her boyfriends. I've had
Okay,
boyfriends
like
before. I've just never
she
had
talked about
VTubers.
it before, but like her first boyfriend was nice, but it was like it was a kid's love basically. They were just teenagers.
Mm.
Her second boyfriend was an abusive dickhead, and that
Oh,
was an issue. And
I heard
eventually,
that.
she broke away from him when she had to like move somewhere, and she considered like moving away one of the best points of her life. Uh,
Good.
she mentioned her third boyfriend. It was like a few years long, but the issue was that it wasn't very passionate. They liked each other, but not that much. And
Well,
so
as long as
eventually,
it's not passionate, it's good.
they agreed to break up after a few years, and it was like pretty cool. And then she mentioned her fourth one. She really liked him, but circumstances had to cause them to break apart. They really liked each other, and like they were cool with each other. The issue was like life things.
Well, shit.
And your boy said become number five. Dude, that'd be.
Your
Can
boy
I just say that
bad.
would be legendary? Your boy became friends with a VTuber girl that he likes. Straight slides into her DMs and becomes her fifth boyfriend.
Hey, yo. If anyone becomes my girlfriend, I'm gonna be boyfriend with with an actor, a voice actor. I'm gonna be an anime, bro. No, I'm being serious. I'm being dead ass. I'm like actually really practicing,
Oh, I mean,
especially in the
like
audio
that's the
stuff.
same thing for me. Not for being a voice actor, but for being
Yeah,
a writer.
yes.
Like, do
A
you want to
writer.
read? Do you want to read some of my writing?
Just send a link and I'll read it later.
All right, let me just
But
access my
yeah,
Google Docs really quick. But like to
I'll
put it
read it
this
for you.
way, I'm in a creative writing class in college, and a lot of the people
Yeah.
there are significantly older than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they all have a ton of life experiences to show, but in general, they actually voted my story as the best one. That's how much everyone seems to like my writing. Let me just DM you real quick.
That's actually really cool, dude.
Like I'm
I
in.
don't know about me like voice acting. I'm not really a prodigy or anything. I'm still practicing.
Oh yeah, like the thing is, I spent a lot of time. Originally, my first writings were so bad that I'm never gonna post them. But
I'll read them.
like to put
I'll
it
read
this
them.
way, it was like the most creepy fan fiction. I'm like, yo, this does read like a horny teenager. But like now, when it comes to like a lot of when it comes to a lot of my writing, I take I take time and like I analyze why do I enjoy the stories I read, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just see like what are the themes that I think work well in this story? Why do I like it so much? And I essentially copy it. I just kind of copy the writing style, and it works great so far. Like I put my own spin on it because like I don't want to copy it exactly. And there's of course some
Right.
things I prefer doing that are different than how the other author wrote it. But generally that's what I do is if I don't know how to write something, I just go ahead and read a book or like a piece of writing that I liked before and look at what I think was the best parts about it and then try to replicate it. And so like
Yeah.
that's why my main book series I'm like creating is called Soulless is because it's literally an amalgamation of everything I've read and a ton of random ideas put together into a story.
Wow.
It's like oh all these ideas come from other video games which I think had like these video games had great ideas but man their story was terrible. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take these stories and I'm going to make them better. But also I like this from this other story, so we're going to shove that in there. And it's really honestly an amalgamation of so many different pieces of fiction put together into one story.
That
And
sounds really decent.
and apparently it reads incredibly well is what people are saying because I'm a person who likes reading, and then when I see something that I think was had a lot of potential, but then they just trashed it, I get kind of mad because I'm like, you wasted it. You honestly straight wasted it. So I will take it and do it myself. Like My first example is one of the earliest stories I wrote. I was listening to an EDM drum mix, right?
Right.
And the icon was like of an anime character, and I'm like, this is a really cool piece of art. And it wasn't like an anime character being cute. It was like this pale anime girl floating in the sky with like portals around her, and there was like people fighting. Like there was a dude with a gun fighting a samurai floating in the air with wings, and I'm like, this is cool. And I checked it, but there was no story for the art, so I took the characters and put them in a story. I just took it. And then same thing goes, like sometimes I browse Pixiv and I'm like, wow, this is a nice character design. Thanks.
They'll never know. They'll
they'll
never
they'll
know.
never know. I mean, like, it's hard to like if you write a character, like if you're an artist, it's easy to tell if you trace something. But if you just write the way a character looks, how can you really say that comes from a Pixiv character? You know, you're basically having a bunch of details and just saying that's how this person looks.
Explaining every pores. His pores were fucking sweaty.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I know like that was also an issue. You need to learn like the balance between like how many details to put before it turns stupid. And like yeah, if like
Part of
Diego
the
liked my
process.
writing. Diego definitely liked my writing, and yeah, if you wanted to go like if you have free time, like go around and read it and tell me what you think. But in general, people seem to really like it.
I think you wouldn't get much out of me, honestly. If it's like I don't know, I'm illiterate with stuff like that, so I wouldn't really like know what is good and what is bad, I guess.
I see.
Because like it's not really in my field.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd
like
like it to eventually
sometimes
be, but
sometimes I feel like my stories get too ambitious, but I've always decided the way when you're doing something, I don't like to imagine everything like hyped up like, "Oh, I'm going to write a book to save the writing industry." That's a dickhead point of view. I'm not going to do that. Um
arrogant.
like usually my idea is always like I have these characters, this is the plot, right? And then
Hmm.
whatever that plot is usually turns into something, but I don't have like a super high deep meaning to everything I write. Like the story I'm writing right now was literally a story about me and my middle school friends going on an adventure. Except now, as I kept writing it, it turned into a philosophical story about the place of soldiers in the modern world. Like how like whether or not like human beings should be clones, the philosophical ramifications of like slavery of clones, and it's just oh, I guess this turned into a social commentary by accident.
Sounds very creative, brah.
Like sometimes you just write or you just do things and it turns into something, and at that point you're too lazy to change it back, so you just roll with what the new thing is.
Probably what makes everything so great, because it's like it adds more of a twist, I guess.
Yeah, like
Because
I'm like
yeah.
to put it this way, I create a very basic outline like oh, character wakes up, meets other characters, goes somewhere, and that's my idea. And then ended up writing I wrote 6 pages with just that information. And by complete accident, I created 2 characters with personalities, a complete setting, like a whole aesthetic for the world. And I'm like, oh, I guess that all just kind of happened. Like you'd be surprised when you get into doing something and you just start actually working. You'll be surprised by like how many gaps your mind fills in by its own. And when it comes out, you're just like, I don't remember putting this much thought into it, but it actually works really well.
Yeah, it seems like a skill. I mean, for me, I want to get into it, I guess, but like I'm also
I
want to
understand
get
like
into other
writing
things.
is hard for a lot of people. That's why people take creative writing class. The reason I took this class was not only to improve my own writing, but I think it'd be nice to have more people read my stuff.
Right.
Like there's only so much your older brother who's lazy and looking for a job can do to tell you how you good or bad your writing is.
Writing's so good, bro.
Oh, yup.
Oh no. Man, I just don't know. For writing, it's weird for me. I don't really write.
Yeah,
Like
I can understand, but
unless it's
that's always
interesting.
been a weird interest of mine. I've always wanted to write,
Yeah,
and
it definitely
so
sounds interesting.
like apparently I'm good at it. I think in general though, like some people who start to write don't have an idea, and I think that's the hardest part. Is I actually didn't write often. To put it this way, I want you to guess how many years this story has been in my mind, and I keep writing details.
8th grade.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
that's a whole like it's a whole 5 6 years of planning that went into the story, and I think that's why it works so well is because I have a lot of things thought out, and when some people write stories they feel pressed to just like start writing, right? And so what you get up is like a kind of mess, and I never want to do that. Sometimes I'll just like write short stories. I have a ton of those in my notes app on my phone, just like a ton of short stories with like no relevance to anything. But if I want to like write a book, I want to write a narrative, you really do have to like think about it seriously. You can't just like half-ass it. That's how I view it anyway. Like you can always go and add more details, make it better, but never just, oh, I wrote it. You just think. You just have to think and take it a little more seriously. Is what I think.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense, especially since it's like supposed to be long and big and have more details.
Yeah.
Unlike, I guess, a short story. It's just supposed to be coming in and out.
To put it this way, like some stories can like I like the whole story I have. Like I sent you that an excerpt of my story, right? A Google Doc on
Yeah,
Discord.
yeah, the Solus, right?
Yeah. So let's do prologue. That story came from a dream in 8th grade where me and my friends Michael and Steven traveled through time and fucked anime girls. And it turned into a massive social commentary on the state of the world. And that's the incredible part. I don't know when I decided to make the story like that, but over the course of the 5 years of planning, it turned into that. And then let's not forget Alpha Rad and like Duncan, like on his channel.
I know Alpharad, but not Duncan.
Okay, well, he's one of Alfred's friends. So I was like, I'm gonna make a story about Major Duncan, and originally it was a joke because his first name is literally Major.
Major.
Yeah. So I was like, as a joke, I just made him like a military commander, right?
Yeah.
That story has now evolved into a collapsing empire with Major Duncan leading a rebellion by a bunch of sentient parasitic worms. What the fuck happened? I don't understand how I got to these like conclusions, but I did. And it's just like that's why I think writing, right? Like of course writing can be like have a lot of pressure, but writing is fun because you have no idea what you're writing and then you just think about it. And then after a few months, you can go back and realize how the fuck did I get from point A to point B? Like what happened in that area?
Yeah, that definitely sounds like that sounds super fucking interesting and shit. Like how did I get here? What the fuck?
Yeah,
That sounds
like
so
there's also the one where I wanted a. Do you know what the Fate Prisma Ilya series is?
I think I've heard of it.
Okay, well it's anime magical girls, but it takes place in the Fate universe, which is known for killing a lot of people. But
Uh-huh.
there's literally a black lolly magical girl, and I decided one day I want her in my Solus series. I don't know why. I just want a black lolly magical girl, and I think that'd be funny. The Black Lolly Magical Girl is now represents the oppressed minorities. Like okay, not like really oppressed, but like her story is that she was poor. She needed the kind of a job, so she signed up for being a magical girl. All of her friends were killed fighting the enemies. She killed the person who hired her because she's still a kid and has no idea what's going on and like wanted to end it. So she's getting hunted by the government and like it all started with the single thought of wanting a black lolly magical girl, and now I have a story about like government oppression and making deals with forces you don't understand.
Bro, that's what I fucking love. I don't know. It's just so funny.
Yeah, it's funny to me because like I'm writing it and I'm all serious. Then when you actually think about it, it's so stupid. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh yeah, uh, So I think we got a bit off topic. We were talking about fitness, then about girls and dating apps, and then about my writing, and then you being a voice actor. Do you want to join the other channel back again, or do you think Aaron's just gonna be breathing heavily into the mic?
He's probably gonna be breathing.
All right, yeah, of course he should be breathing.
If you need a guy to have that narration, I'll read it.
All right, but yeah, if you just tell me if you plan on reading it, because like it'd be pretty cool if you could.
Yeah, I'll read it for sure.
All right, let's go to gaming one.
We go.
Ah,
Oh, hey, welcome back.
okay, that was a pretty long and interesting conversation about why the Earth is banana shaped. First thing we come back is to Aaron going.
We just won.
What?
They surrendered, I think.
Yeah, the FF.
Aaron, you should say sit.
Sit.
Even though they surrendered, sit. That's hella rude.
Sit.
Sit. What were you guys talking about?
No, first it was weight loss, and then we talked about like girlfriends and dating apps. Then it turned into us talking about our hobbies, and then how I ended up writing each of my stories from a bunch of random shit I found online, and how Byron has an interest in being a voice actor, and whether or not
yeah.
natural talent has any interest in going to our hobbies.
Bro, you gotta send me like some of your videos. Honest, like you say you voice act, but I've actually never heard you voice act.
That's the problem. I'm literally starting right now. I'm starting to do more commissions. Aaron already has heard it. Fernan has heard it. Really, it's
But are you Ferdinand von Ayer?
What's this
Ferdinand
daily
von
play?
Wait, what is this? Hold on. Someone in chat is accusing me of having aimbot. Hold on. Let me. I just screenshotted
These
it.
guys are the try hard freaking.
Okay,
It's
dude.
Niles, it's Niles and Angela.
Wait, hold on, guys. This comment is Eleanor. Your aim is either God tier or you have aimbot.
God, dude. These are the guys I was talking about, Anthony.
Just tell him you drink G Fuel.
Yeah, I drink G Fuel, bro. No diff.
I'll send you the one I did today. It's, and mind you, this
What's up, snake guy?
is be real cringe. So,
Oh god. Okay, send it. What's a daily play, dude? I don't know what this is.
Snake guy. Where's Sunny? I know, I was playing.
I'm sorry. Did you actually call him by a legitimate name? His name is Serafina Water.
What happened to Niles, bro?
Shut the hell up about him.
oh, yeah.
Don't you ever bring his name up in my location,
Just Sunny
okay?
or Niles on.
Stop saying his name.
Niles is playing. No.
Oh my God, Aaron, I'm gonna mute you. Oh, Niles. Okay, you. Oh my gosh.
Wait, let's call Sunny. Hurry up.
Whoa, what? Hold on. What?
I'll be honest. If Niles joins the call, I'm gonna have to leave, guys. I don't want to deal with him.
Oh,
Sunny?
shoot. How do I back?
No. If you put Niles in the call for some reason, I'm gonna leave.
He's
Oh,
gonna be
who
back.
left?
Aaron did. Hey, James, you wanna hear one of my voice work I did today?
Okay.
Mind you, this it's supposed to be
Who's
cringe.
air assist?
Don't mind.
Like, I don't think I'm good at voice acting, but I am good at making super overdone voices that sound stupid. Like, I can't do like a convincing like. I don't know. I can copy Madara Uchiha if you wanted me to.
How do I buy more characters?
You could be in cartoons. Like you could be in cartoons, man. Holy shit, brother.
Joey Wheeler. Like, I'll be honest, that's one of the best cartoon voices. Joey had like a great dub voice. They just gave him a Brooklyn accent for no reason, even though they're all Japanese.
They give him a Brooklyn accent.
How do I get more characters?
You have to buy them. Like in-game currency, you don't need to use real money, I don't think. They also rotate out, don't they?
You go in the shop.
I don't even have enough for one.
Bravo
champion.
6, going dark.
I don't have enough for one champion. How do I get more? Oh. Who do I get? Who do I get? Oh no, God, that's expensive. How many games do I have to play before I can finally get one champion?
Okay, this is why sucks compared to Dota. Dota, you have all the characters available at once. I don't even know if that's true. I'm just making this up. I think it's like 10 games or maybe more. I'm not really sure. I don't have the specifics. I don't
Damn.
play League. That's one thing I'm gonna have to say is a positive about Overwatch. At least you have all the characters.
Oh yeah, on me, I've been doing like around a lot of like stupid ass voices and like I don't know, everyone's saying like, oh my god, bro, you're really good.
Ooh.
Thanks. People on Amino, just in group chats or public chats. What the fuck? Does that work?
Do I pick?
Yes.
Who do I pick?
Oh no, that's an enemy of mankind.
Oh my goodness.
Everything that's my enemy is technically an enemy of mankind.
Someone dodged. Someone dodged. Dodged.
Who do I pick? Who? I'm confused, dude.
Yeah.
This is why we need a 5-man. Someone's gonna install, bro.
He said he insta-locked Ash. He was like a bot. I was like, what?
Do you want to go
What do I do? What do
I was
do?
gonna play no, cause then Diego. I was gonna have Diego support and play or play like mid or something.
What do I do?
What do you have free?
How are you gonna play mid as support? You're supposed to support
Ezreal,
Forest.
Mei, Finn, Morgana, Riven, Sona, Tristana, Veigar, Warwick, Zed.
Isn't Master Wii there?
Someone died. Someone died. Please.
I don't know what dodge is!
Alright, I'll dodge.
Okay.
What do I play? Oh.
Play Jinx.
5 minutes. It's okay.
Play Jinx, the character with an disproportional amount of hentai.
Cause they took your role, dude. So we couldn't play.
Byron, Byron, you please help me. Get me out of here.
Yeah, Byron, join us.
Byron, help. No. Help me. Help me.
He's right, join us.
No, help me.
Help him by joining.
No, help me. Staying quiet. Wow. We need to die.
This is bro.
No.
Can I say something interesting, Diego, about every time I come to your house? I end up talking so much I kind of lose my voice.
Say yes.
I did
Yeah.
what I
snake
had
guy,
to
snake
do
guy, bro.
and saw it through without exception.
Like less and less, I'm cringing at my voice when I record in. So I'm like, wow, this is epic.
Sometimes I can do a bad voice for so long that it's weird when you go back to your normal voice, but like you just
Hey, bro. Hey,
hold on. I'm getting a message from.
Wait, do we have one more person? God.
Is this Niles?
No.
Who is this?
it's me.
Whoa. But what if it's not you?
It's not me.
What were you saying, James? Never mind. Bro, he dead.
Oh what?
You were saying something. I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah, I already forgot. Sorry. I got bodied. Never mind. I'm done.
Hey, well done.
What are you doing? Oh, you're just VAing? It says you're VAing. Set your... Oh.
I was just like,
He's throwing the match for CS:GO skins. He said I buy power.
sick. I'm like,
Oh, 3.
let me find. I've been trying to sing Polaris and Crazy
Wait, crazy what? Crazy what?
Crazy Noisy Bees are
Oh, yeah, the JoJo. Parkour.
Nice.
Okay, what's your favorite JoJo opening? I'm gonna have to say my favorite is actually yeah, Bloody Stream's good, but I actually really like Chase from Part 4.
Shut up, bro.
Like no,
You're
like
gonna say some normie stuff like, oh, I like Part 6. I like Golden Wind.
that's Part 5.
Sorry, my bad. I'm an idiot.
Part 6 is Stone Ocean.
Yeah, Stone Ocean. That's not even animated.
Yeah, it's not even animated. Like okay, Fighting Gold is really good. I like Fighting Gold from like being an actual song perspective.
I think all of them are good.
Although my favorite is actually Chase because
My only second.
You know what? I think y'all are weebs.
Aaron, just be quiet. You're the actually.
Champion League of Legends strategies.
Oh, I wish you luck.
Oh my God! Star Guardian Lux is so beautiful. I want her to caress her thighs.
Oh my god, is this like the Xenoblades that everyone talks about just the girls? That's it, not like the story.
Pyra and Myra, and they're like 70-something dojins.
I like join. Like I'm gonna join the Xenoblade chat. And be like, hey, I think Pyra and Mythra are pretty complex characters that have a lot of interesting things to talk about. Oh yeah, they got boobs. They got boobs.
Big boob, very beautiful. Yes.
Yes, that big boob. That what you like?
They are stacked. Just saying.
I like Chase. I think it's not as good as the.
I like my Welsh cat.
Nia.
Yeah.
Bro, I tried switching to the Japanese.
Give me a girl with a nice accent any day, dude.
Who invited Angelus?
Why you don't want me here?
Who's Angelus?
Like Garza or what other Angelus?
Snake guys. Snake.
Oh yeah, I know. I always imagine Byron in middle school to be like Angelus.
Yeah,
Yo, Snake guy. What's up, Snake guy?
Oh my God, it's Henry.
followed me
Wait,
on Instagram.
who is that?
Who's who?
It's Byron, motherfucker.
Damn.
Dude, your voice is really deep. Wait.
How's my voice deep?
Did you just say his voice is hella thick? I don't think that's how that works. I think his vocal cords have to be thick.
I didn't unfollow you.
You did, brother.
No, dude. You made,
Oh, okay, Hulk Hogan.
you made like a second Instagram or something.
Yeah, I did, and I followed you, and then you unfollowed.
No, I didn't, bro. Wait, what is it?
It's fucking bad. Let me just type it in. It's like
It's
stupid.
fucking nice name.
By is it? No, it's not.
Oh wait, no, it's not a question mark, bro.
Under.
Niles
It's
wants,
underscore Byron. What's up with Niles?
Niles wants link to Discord.
Oh, he wants to. Okay. No, James
God,
is in
do
here
we-
too.
do-
Hey,
I
what?
wanna move Discords, bro.
James
Wait.
is in here.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, Niles wants to.
Oh, can we please not bring that asshole here?
Oh yeah.
What? Come on, just make this. I don't know. Make peace.
Byron, I
out
don't
of
know
you.
if you
Okay,
know,
okay, you know what? Writing is my
Very
Okay,
rocky.
writing is my passion, and if Niles is gonna come in here, he's gonna brag about being a minority who's
Oh,
successful.
yeah, here he goes. Here he goes.
Oh my God! Look at me! Look at me! I'm taking coding classes. You know, an industry that pays
While this is
absolute
all
garbage.
going on, you're VAing, Byron.
Do it. It's very awkward.
Oh, guy. Okay.
Awkward Congo.
Awkward. It was a
I pay you
script, I swear.
$5. Will you
I didn't make
commission
it.
something for me?
Yes.
Oh.
I got you guys.
Okay, if you give me $1, I'll write like a short 2-page story.
Wait, so I heard Diego. Is Diego Mucci?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get that smoochy moochie right now.
Just remember it's on the cheek.
Uh,
Aw, you're such a sweetie.
who's Duma?
That's
Duma
like,
and-
He's one of my friends.
That's Richard. No, Anthony.
He's one of my friends from my school.
Ah, nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you too, bro.
He likes dog.
This is
No, it's not. Oh, Ulysses is in there too. Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. I said we, and I just assumed that I meant Ulysses somehow.
Okay, guys. I sent him the.
Okay, buddy, retard.
He's a funny guy.
what are we doing?
Your mom.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize the band was up. My bad.
Wait,
Why did
so,
you guys
who,
say something?
so Diego's playing, and who's obvious noob? Is that Byron?
Anthony.
I'm James.
Iron Plate.
I'm James, by the way. Nice to meet you. Is your name Angelus?
Oh yeah.
Okay, guy.
Wait, how'd you know?
I didn't know. I guessed.
Someone died. Someone died. Don't worry.
Where's not? Is he gonna play?
Bruh.
Wait, who's what?
How do I see the free-to-play heroes?
I thought the free-to-play heroes are the only ones you can select.
Sorry, I had it muted.
Okay, call insta-lock bot, please. Just lock in Lux.
Insta-lock? I hate insta-locking.
Insta-lock Lux. Okay, don't even call your role, just insta-lock.
Bro, I hate insta-lock.
Actually, no, you need to call your role because they might think you're going mid or something.
Who declined it?
Okay, can you give me a reason not to go mid?
Are you playing?
Oh no, I'm playing a 3-lane map in Call of Duty.
Antos is
Basically league.
No?
Hold on, I'll be there.
What are you gonna do now?
Oh god.
Echo, peco, 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 peco.
Say fuck. Deep.
Isn't that the same guy you dodged?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I think
Oh, cool, the anime skin pack, nice.
The right people as me, just second character. Those voices are always interesting.
You know, I can't do an Irish accent. Like, I can do some other stuff, but like, Irish just destroys me.
I'm locking in.
Get the Irish jig on.
You get bodied, buddy.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
You're not gonna be doing a Ronald McDonald over here. Nope. There's a video on my YouTube channel where I'm actually just going full brain dead for like a minute straight because I was doing something really stupid in a game and it was pissing me off. And you can just hear me like go through several character voices and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. I'm just straight saying gibberish in people's voices.
Wait, Diego, guess who's here?
What? Who? Read now.
Wait, where did they actually... Oh, they juked us, bro. They juked us.
Wait, who, what?
They juked us.
Niles.
No.